The month of mayhem continues. Today we are checking out a game that I never heard of until I got the request. Yes, my friends, today we are checking out Call of Cthulhu. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I can't do this today. So as you guys know, the month of mayhem is a series where I'm essentially getting the first hour experience of a bunch of different horror games. And this works great with most of the games that I've played because right off the bat, it's action-packed, it's scary, it's eerie, you know, all the things that you would be looking for in that first hour of gameplay. But every once in a while, I stumble onto a game that, unfortunately, it's not a fault of the game itself, but in terms of this format, nothing happens enough in the first hour to kind of warrant it to become a video. Like Amnesia, for example, or Until Dawn, the whole first hour is just build up, and that's not a fault of the game. I'm not trying to badmouth these games in any way, shape, or form, but for the way I'm going about this series, it doesn't make for a good, entertaining experience, and that's all I'm trying to give you guys when I put out any sort of video ever. You probably know where I'm going with this, but I played Call of Cthulhu today, and after the first hour of gameplay, almost nothing happened. At least nothing scary, you know, jump scares, eerie, blah, blah, blah. I guess that's one of the flaws of going into all of these games blind is I don't know what I'm getting into. There's pros and cons. Me not knowing what I'm getting into means the scares are worse, it's genuinely creepy, and all that good stuff, but also it means I don't know whether or not it's gonna turn into a good, entertaining video or not. So with Call of Cthulhu, let me break it down for you. We play as this detective or investigator who basically starts out in his office, you know, he has his drinking issue, and then some old man approaches and says, hey, I have a case for you. My daughter was killed, so was her husband and her kid. They're located at this dark water place or something like that, and they were killed in a fight. A lot of back and forth happens, a lot of dialogue, and we decide, hey, you know, let's go investigate this further and see what really happened with this. Because this guy really wants to know what the hell happened with his daughter. Blah, blah, blah. We venture off, we're on a ship, we make our way to this weird spooky island, and we have to just essentially talk to everybody and, you know, get information. How are we gonna get into this warehouse to find more information or clues about the case? And we're just slowly building our way up. And mind you, I was enjoying the game. I was not angry with the game. It wasn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, it has such a slow buildup. But from a narrative standpoint, I was enjoying. I mean, there's little minute tasks like bringing two drunk guys a beer so they can distract the two guards blocking my way to a location. Sneaking by them, going in there, finding clues, putting scenes together on what we think might have happened in certain areas, befriending a police officer, making our way to the mansion where the Sarah lady supposedly died. Matter of fact, let me stop you right there. Before we get into the mansion, that's when I hit that 1 hour mark and nothing happened yet. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go above and beyond this time. I'm gonna record for another hour on top of the hour that I just recorded. Cause surely we're about to get to the spooky, scary, jump scary stuff and all that. That probably wasn't a proper sentence, but let's, you know, move on. We try to get into the mansion and then some old guy who's been watching the ground says, nah, B, with his axe, and we have to like kind of confront him a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. We talk him into letting us into the house. We get in there. We have to do a lot of research. We're looking at the fire site. We're trying to figure out all these clues. Oh my God, there was a fight in the dining room. It's a good game. Let me, again, my tone might suggest otherwise, but I was enjoying the storyline. I was enjoying being a detective. It was fun, but it wasn't scary. Like at all. And I like to have a good balance of, you know, good narrative with the scary, the jump scares and all that. But in terms of that first hour, this just wouldn't have been a great video because we could summarize everything that happened in this 2 hour stretch in less than 10 minutes. So we're finding clues in various locations in this abandoned, broken down manor, like in the library, in the dining room, in the kids' room, which was a little creepy, but you know, nothing happened. There's a few locked doors here and there. We find a key, get into one of those locked doors. There's like this creepy little cultist demonic ritual thing that was happening in there. I'm assuming it was like to call forth Cthulhu. I don't know. And there's a lot of intriguing things that suggest different paths of this case on whether, you know, Sarah was really this psycho or whether it was her husband who was crazy. And you know, the trademark, we walk into the hallway, a door that was locked is now open. We're like, oh my God, what happened? We walk in there, look at this painting, and the first somewhat action-packed thing happens where this guy in a mask comes and tries to attack us or something. We fend him off, and then the game kind of picks up in these tunnels, and from there, I mean, not much happened. I mean, we saw these cultist people and we ran into, I don't know who this is. I don't know if it's supposed to be Cthulhu, but apparently this is actually the husband. This was Sarah's husband, so he was the crazy guy or something like that. I understand it more than how I'm explaining, but this is all off the top of my head after recording. Then we try to escape at some point, but these rocks keep falling down in front of us and we can't seem to get our way out. Screen cuts to black. We wake up in front of like some creepy doctor people to give us like a shot and blah, blah, blah. And then we end up in some Outlast type insane asylum. And that's pretty much where we left off. Again, look, 2 hours of footage. And I could have easily turned that into a video, but I know for a fact that that would not be an entertaining experience for you guys. I know some people are like almost overly supportive and they say, oh, don't worry, Deion, we would enjoy it no matter what. No, I don't want this type of content on my channel. If it's not entertaining, I don't want to present it to you guys, because you never know what somebody's first impression of you is gonna be. So listen, I know it was a weird type of video and not the standard month of mayhem video, but you know, I don't want to force these anymore. If the video didn't end up being good, like I'm gonna meet my quota of the recording time, but if it didn't end up being like a great video, I'm not gonna try to force it to be something that it's not. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys tomorrow.